A hearty welcome from Regional Training Institute Hyderabad to all the participants for the session on BEMS, that is Budget Expenditure Monitoring System. The agenda of today's session would be objective, scope, classification, purpose, role of TDO and PO, and lastly, but not the least, just check your awareness of today's session, what all we have discussed. BEMS, it's an abbreviation for Budget and Expenditure Monitoring System. The procedure would be like this. The field officers would send proposals for the budget to headquarters office for allocation, and the headquarters office, if it feels proper, it would allocate the required amount to the field officers. Now, coming to this slide, you're seeing 4 piggy banks there. So what do they signify? The first one signifies the headquarters office. The second one is the field office, which has received the money from the headquarters office and it has started spending the money based on the budget allocations. And fourth, it has spent all the money as per the allocations done to it. So it has completed its duty. Coming to the workflow. The workflow would be like headquarters office prepares and allocates budget online to the field offices, and not only allocates the budget but also monitors the expenditure. All this is done through the webcast, that is the webcast application, that is BEMS. Now here it's the picturesque view of the headquarters office and the field offices. So all the field offices await for the headquarters office to allocate the required quantum of budget. So coming to the objective of this application. The application has been designed for INDD specific. INDD BEMS is to build a transparent and effective process for budget allocations and to maintain control over allocation of budget and expenditure. Coming to now all this, how it all happens. You may be wondering, headquarters office allocates budget, fine, but how is it allocated? Is it in one lump or in installments? Who authorizes it to receive? Who spends it? And for what purpose? How to pay? And how is it accounted for? So all these questions must be crowding your mind. Let us get over one by one. The budget allocation is done as per the proposals from the field offices for the expenditure heads as shown under, with means these allotments would be done as per the grant number and the major head. So the grant number allocated for INDD is 34 and the major head is 2016. So you may find this major head in a book known as List of Major and Minor Heads, which we'll discuss a few slides later. Now, coming to the expenditure heads as shown here. One is the salary head, the office expenses, the professional services, medical, information technology, and special contingencies. So you can see all these kinds of expenditure heads to name a few. Now, coming to the next part, that who is going to receive the amount allocated by the headquarters office. So this is a officer known as the drawing and dispersing officer, who's abbreviated as the DDO. He's the one who receives the money which has been allocated by the headquarters office headwise, and he is the one who is authorized to draw that money and disperse it to the beneficiary or vendor or whoever whom he thinks it has to be paid to. So for this process, what he does is he first sees whether the allocation is done and where the budget is available. That's what I mean to say. Then for a particular head of account, and then any expenditure that has to be incurred for that head of account, is it a valid expenditure? He analyzes it, and then based on certain spendings, whatever has to be done, so he sends those documents physically in the form of a bill to the pay and accounts officer. The pay and accounts officer is like an officer who processes all the payments in an office and not only authorizes the payments and also accounts for it. and hence known as the pay and accounts officer. So all transactions are authorized by the pay and accounts officer by a digital signature, which facilitates direct money transfer to the beneficiary or the vendor, and even check are printed through a system. And the system which we will be talking about, the payment system which we'll be talking about, will be the PFMS, which we'll be learning in the later sessions. PFMS is an abbreviation for Public Financial Management System. Now, coming to the procedure. The procedure for preferring a bill and the process for payment. The DDO now is ready to spend the money which has been allocated to him. So he has certain expenses to take care each month. Suppose now he has to pay the office telephone bills, and he has to pay the office water bill, and he has to hire a car for some sort of a logistical support, or he has to procure certain miscellaneous items for office purpose. So all these things, how does he go about? So what he does is he makes these kind of transactions in the form of, it takes the shape of a bill. Then this bill is inclusive of all the documents, that is the paid vouchers, if any. Okay, right? And it is again checked at 3 levels, that is at the dealing hand or the senior auditor level, next the AAO level, and the DDO himself. And this is fed into the BEMS. Once it is fed into the BEMS, the transaction is booked under the relevant head of account, and the BEMS system allocates a BEMS ID. And the same thing, it is forwarded to the pay and accounts office. The pay and accounts office receives this electronically, and the physical bill also is sent to the pay and accounts office. So on receipt of the physical bill, the pay and accounts office will allocate one token number to the bill so that it can be tracked and traced easily, and on which it is processed again at 3 levels, that is a dealing hand level, AAO level, and the PAO. And if it is found in order, the bill will be authorized for payment, right? So the pay and account office will check the whether the expenditure is booked under the relevant head of account and whether it is going to the proper person to whom the DDO has authorized. So all this is the duty of the PAO. So the PAO does this through the system, and but the payment is done through one more system of application, which is the PFMS. Again, that's what I said earlier. We'll be discussing it in a later sessions, right? Coming to this slide, it is showing the format of a physical bill. This bill, you can observe that it is printed through Public Financial Management System, which we'll be discussing a bit later. Coming to our focus topic, that is BEMS Online. So it's an online webcast application, as we have already discussed. So the flow would be like this, that is the DDO would prefer the bill electronically through the net, and it is received by the server, which is at headquarters office, and it allocates a BEMS ID, and the bill is sent to PAO, and it is also seen in the PAO on receipt electronically for it to act upon. So the PAO processes the bill further. Coming to the scope of the system. As we already discussed, it's a live webcast application. So the scope would be to monitor budget and expenditure headwise of every DDO. The DDO, the department across the country on daily and real-time basis. Now you can see here the salary head. So how much has been spent. So this you can, at the click of the button, make out. See, all can watch. It's the DDO or the PAO, even the headquarters office, all can watch this kind of on a real-time basis. Coming to streamline the release of budget under each head of account to each DDO. So this also would, like, it is the headquarters office which monitors the expenditure. If it feels that yes, there is a real need of any office or any DDO for expenses under certain heads of account, it can streamline and allocate the budget. But again, it is based on the proposal sent by the DDO. Next, the headquarters office has the option to withdraw the budget if it is unspent for a long time and allocate it to, because you cannot hoard money. So it decides, okay, when it is lying unspent for a considerable period of time, it withdraws from that particular DDO and then allocates the same to the other DDO who is in need of it. Here you can see one DDO had got a lot of money under special contingencies. It was lying unspent. So it has withdrawn money from there and then it has allocated to the medical head of account of some other DDO. So this is the kind of scope what the BEMS has to offer. Next, coming to the continuing with the scope. Apart from budget allocated by headquarters office, there are certain instances where certain amounts are received from other sources in the form of a check or e-receipts. As of today's transactions are all electronically made, so we may receive e-receipts too within the same financial year. So let me cite an example here. An amount of unspent medical advance is returned by the hospital authorities by means of a check. A person had estimated an amount of 2 lakhs for which the office had given a check for 2 lakhs, but the hospital authorities have accounted for 1.5 lakh and 50,000 had to be returned to the department. So they have done it in the form of a check. The check is received from the hospital authorities by the DDO who prepares a challan. Okay, along with the challan, it is presented to the bank for clearance. The challan indicates the head of account to which the amount pertains to, and it is authenticated by the DDO that it is a valid amount that has to go into the government account. So once this is done, the bank clears the check and then includes that amount in the day scroll of this DDO and of this DDO under the payment control of the PAO. So once the day scroll is done, it is sent to the PAO for accounting purpose, that how much has been paid and how much have been received. That is, receipts and payment scroll will come to the PAO. So the amount received through the bank scroll is accounted for through BEMS, because BEMS is an accounting module too. So we have to account for whatever has gone out of the government account or whatever is coming into the government account. So once the amount is received through the bank scroll, the PAO authenticates it and the journey of the check completes there. It gets accounted for, credited to the head of account. So the amount has been credited to the medical head of account to which it pertains to. So the DDO's role is to submit the challan to the PAO and the PAO authenticates it, matching the same amount with that of the amount received in scroll. The challan amount and the scroll amount should be the same. Further, now the BMS has certain reports which are very helpful for day-to-day accounting purpose or day-to-day tallying purpose. So it avoids lot of like manual stress and also the inaccuracies when it's done manually. So it would be like in the manual days we used to struggle. It would not tally even for a rupee. We had to struggle for hours together. But BMS is such a module that it has helped us in many ways. Now coming to the kind of reports. So the reports say about the fund position, whatever is available, how much is remaining, or the expenditure report, that how much has been spent. So all these reports can be got through BEMS at the click of a button. Coming to, suppose there was any, while preferring a bill by the DDO, instead of booking an amount under OE miscellaneous, it has erroneously been booked under salaries. So the PAO also, in the rush of work, has processed the payment and the payment was done. And later it was found that it has booked under it is booked under the wrong head of account. So how do they now rectify this? So there is a rectification process in place that is called the transfer entry. A transfer entry can be proposed by the DDO that erroneously the amount had been booked under salaries which actually pertains to OE miscellaneous. So the transfer entry is like this. So it will be debited to the OE miscellaneous head and the amount will be credited back to the salary head. So the budget in the salary head goes up and the budget in the OE miscellaneous office expenses comes down. So this kind of transfer entry facility is there in BEMS for rectifying the errors done, and this transfer entry has to be authenticated by the pay and account office. So this is the final stage of the transfer entry. Then the accounts get rectified. So coming to the next. Now, to undertake major headwise reconciliation of expenditure online on a real-time basis and ROE, that is review of expenditure, reports may be sent to headquarters online through BEMS by the DDO. So what the DDO does in order to do this, it first tallies all the expenditure incurred during a month with the PAO. And once they have agreed upon that, yes, everything is in place and everything has been rectified, if at all there was any misclassification, then all these transactions are completed, and then a report is sent every month to headquarters office. That is called the review of expenditure. So DDO is primarily responsible to send this report on reconciliation with the PAO. Next, classification of accounts. So now it is same as like in our day-to-day life. At the end of every month, we, based upon our incomes, we try to allocate funds. Suppose it is for the, how much has to be paid as house rent, how much is the loan amount outstanding, if at all we have purchased any vehicle or something like that. So for that, some amount has to be allocated. How much has to be the school fees or college fees of the children studying, and how much has to be their kind of logistic support. Suppose we have to pay for a van, for an auto or something like that. So we classify the expenses with these kind of heads in our day-to-day life. The same way, the government too does that, classifies the amount under the heads of account, which has been authorized to by the central government from time to time on the advice of the CNAG. So the list of major and minor heads of accounts of union and state contains the classification prescribed in this regard. So here we get all the classifications, the number, that is the major head number and the minor head, all those will be found in this book called the list of major and minor heads of account. So to cite an example, just let us see this slide. Now coming to the Controller General of Accounts has like codified, okay, for classification. It is a 6-tier classification with 15 digits. How it is classified? One is the major head, next is a sub major head, minor head, sub minor head, detail head, and object head. So you can see here, audit has the major head of 2016 and the salaries head is 01. So that is still the object head. The classification takes it means how much for this major at 2016, that is I&AD department, how much has been allocated to salaries and how much has been spent. This is a kind of classification done as per the CJ. But BEMS goes 2 steps down. That is, below salaries, you can find other allowances. Under other allowances, you have the leave travel concession. So it's an 8-tier classification. So audit department being the audit eye for all other departments, so goes 2 steps further to have clarity in classification, and at the click of the button they can say that how much has been spent on LTC, or for that matter under salaries we have one more head known as the honorarium. So how much has been given as honorarium to the staff, so like that, or how much has been paid as children education allowance, all this will be booked under salaries. So this kind of 8-tier classification so is followed by BEMS. So this is the speciality of BEMS, and it is IA&AD specific, what we have already learned about. Coming to the purpose, the purpose of BEMS is to monitor accurately, right, by maintaining the accounts in or maintaining the accounts with an 8-tier module that is below the object head level, that is sub-object and the sub-sub-object level, which I have already cited in the example. Whereas the CGA has like authorized only 6-tier classification, which is done as done in the PFMS, that is Public Financial Management System. That is the requirement of the Government of India. So BEMS also maintains the expenditure of Group A officers, that is I&S officers separately, and non-I&S officers, guested and non-guested separately. So we have more clarity in our kind of classification. At the click of the button, our department can know how much has been expended under each head of account. Okay, coming to the roles which played by the DDO and the PAO. This is the this is a very important part of it, because the beginning it is the DDO and ultimate is the PAO. So booking of expenditure under relevant head of account by the DDOs and forwarding the bill to PO. This is the primary responsibility of the DDO. Then what's the status of the bills forwarded, and if there's any requirement, additional demand or anything to be surrendered, the DDO takes up on a timely basis. And booking of challans, as we already discussed. And next, misclassifications which can be rectified to a transfer entry and reconciliation with the PAO on a real-time basis. All these are the like come under the rules of the DDO. Coming to the role of PAO, passing of expenditure for payment. What's the status of the bills received? Any discrepancy seen in the physical bill can be returned to DDO, and this facility is also there in BMS. It can be returned. The physical bill will be returned to the DDO, and electronically also it will be returned back to the DDO through BEMS, which can be rectified and resubmitted. Similarly, authorization of the challans booked by the DDO. So they have to authenticate it for accounting purpose so that the amount goes back to the relevant head of account. Then transfer entry also has to be authorized by the PAO for the same accounting purpose. Then reconciliation in place of the book figures with the DDO on the real-time basis. So both have to work in synchrony. Coming to the last but not the least, the slide, check your awareness. Now, it is up to you to go through all the questions given in the slides and try to answer them. Hope I was successful, I was clear enough to drive home the points, whatever had to be discussed on this first session of BEMS. So thank you for the patient listening. Thank you so much. Have a good day.